And just like that, we are back. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James. I am here to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. It might can happen in this video. I don't really have to really do any profanity speaking on this subject. Joining me as always is my co-host, Mrs. Beth. Y'all say what's up to her.
Hi, thank you for having me.
And thank you for always being here for me. I appreciate it. So, we are doing another unpopular opinion, number 9, 30 years of Diddy. Diddy part 2. Accusations and Crime is what I'm calling this one. And I'm not going to talk about all of them because there's way too many. I did list them all in my last recap. So if y'all want to see it, go to Unpopular Opinion number 8, 30 Years of Diddy. And you guys will see that I've listed a number of crimes. But one I did not mention, and I'm going to talk about it in this one because this just made head news this year and confirmed what we all knew. Those of y'all who, you know, were affluent enough or had parents that were so deep in pop culture that they feel like something running right about this story. So, y'all saw the picture and y'all don't know who that man is. That man is known as Jamal Shine Barrow or Barrow, something like that. Barrow, I believe. So, for those of y'all who do not know who he was a rapper in the 90s. He's a Grammy Award winning writer. He was also signed to Bad Boy Records and also Def Jam. And he is now a, is it Belizean official House of Representatives? Yeah, of Belize. Yep, for United Democratic Party. So, this man was also signed to Diddy, another person, but what ended up happening with him is that he actually went to prison for being accused of a shooting that happened in New York, June 1st of 2001. So the rapper Shine was sentenced for 10 years. Now, a lot of people, when you hear the story, because remember, social media was not big back then. There wasn't no camera phones where you could take a picture of in a club and show everything. It's dark in there. You don't know what happens. So the alleged victim, I believe her name, because I'm gonna say alleged because I don't want to, you know, get all up in here. But let me see, what was her name? I just had it written down here somewhere. Um, Shoot. Sorry, y'all. I thought I written her name down somewhere. But there was a young lady who was shot in the face, and it was being thrown out there that Shine was the person who shot her in the face, and he did 10 years in prison for it. So, where we are today with that, and why this is now
Name,
circling
by the
back.
way, I had Googled it for you.
Oh,
Natanya Rubin.
yes, thank you. Because she recently came out and said that Shine was not the person who did it. Now, Mark Curry just did an interview with XXL magazine. And he's alleging, and I'm going to share my screen. Oh, you might get some heat for this one. I am. I already know I am. I already know I am, Shayna. Because people, the thing about it is, I got somebody in my comments last week. Let me tell y'all this story real quick. I got somebody in my comments last week that literally was mad because we were just talking ish about Diddy and all of what happened and everything of that. And I was like, thank you for your comment and I appreciate the view because I'm not going to entertain this. I'm not going to entertain this. I'm reporting on it, trying to get my views up, trying to get this, and this is all public news at the end of the day. This is all public information. Anybody can Google this. Anybody can talk about this. We all here. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this on my channel. We're here to be respectful. I'm only reporting what people are putting out there. Only reporting what people are putting out there. Interviews, I am citing my sources. I'm doing everything possible to make sure I understand. I'm not just speaking out of turn. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because it's hot news right now. Everybody's talking about it, and I'm going to join the party. Okay? So let's be respectful in these comments. If you don't like what you see, then you can always leave my channel. No harm, no foul. I promise no harm, no foul.
What happened on I don't even be in the. I feel like that person who never know. I never know till James tells me, y'all. I really don't be in the comments or any of
I've
that.
had to remove some comments. Yeah, I've had to remove some comments because people get disrespectful in mentioning
Oh,
certain people like the
I'm
Justin Bieber and
sorry,
Jaden Smith.
friend.
Oh, you ain't got to apologize. Look, I
Oh.
say allegedly. I say all of this.
Video's called Unpopular Opinion. So just because I do
Right.
feel the need to defend my friend a little bit, like an opinion is that belongs to you. It is not something that can be changed. It is not something that can really be even judged. It's just that each person has. So it's not, and this is just what we're reporting that other blogs and stuff. You can't be mad at small creators or channels. If be mad at People Magazine, The Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, TMZ. Be mad at the federal government for making it to where people can get access to these documents publicly. Like, but we're just gonna comment on what we see. And this is stuff that's been said also, like it says in the title, 30 years. This has been said for as long as I have been alive. So it's kind of sad, and the anger should be, why did it take so long and so many more alleged victims and instances, people shot in the face, careers ended, people truly impacted? Why did it take so long for people to even shine this type of light and take it seriously? So it's like, comment your opinions because they're respected, but if you don't like what my friend is doing on this channel, respectfully, you can go look for a channel that you do like. That's how it works. You know, I didn't even
Yeah,
know.
and that's a yeah, Shayna. I don't. I let me tell you, if the comments too disrespectful, I am going to delete it because I don't want that on my channel. But yeah, no, these people, I don't pay these people no mind. Thank you for your comment and appreciate your view. But um, but back to hold on because I want to make sure I don't lose my point because I'm about to lose my point. But Shine and Diddy did go apart for some years. And then they reunited back with each other. I believe it was for an award show. Diddy was getting honored at some American, I don't know if it was American, I don't know what he was getting honored for. But my mouth dropped when I saw Shine. I was like, wait, hold up. I know that's not who I think it is. Because it scared me. Like it scared me had to do 10 years in prison. And then all of a sudden you back on. It was like, dang. So I thought about that when I heard Mark Curry go on XL magazine and do this interview. And I was like, now come on now. Like, yo, wow. So Mark Curry claims Diddy pay, and once again, shout out to XXL magazine for covering this story. But Mark Curry claims Diddy paid Shine 1 million for 10 years prison sentence. I'm not going to play the video because I just feel like I don't want that. You know, as I said, this is a hot case. I want to make sure I am just only reading what these magazines are putting out. So, in the video interview, Camp Capone News, which premiered on Friday, March 1st on YouTube, former Bad Boy Entertainment artist Mark Curry claimed that Diddy allegedly paid Shine 1 million for serving 10-year prison sentence for a club New York nightclub shooting in 1999. Mark insinuates in the video, which can be viewed below, that the transaction allegedly occurred after Shine was released from prison in 2009 and subsequently deported to Belize for being a non-citizen felon. So, wow, that's something really big to put out there, knowing that all of this is happening. We're talking about home raids. We're talking about, can anything else more come out about this man? Because one, even though we're saying allegedly, it is believable. I believe it was more than that. I do. I believe it was more money than that. Because there's no way I'm doing 10 years in prison for just $1 million. There's just no, and then I got to get deported on top of that.
Right. Exactly.
Not
Exactly.
to
It's
say,
not
because
that.
Shine is doing well. No, but Shine is doing well for himself. I have to be a city official in any country. Um, that's huge, y'all. That because nobody just goes up to that. Yes, he's had influence. You know, I didn't really listen to because I was too young. I didn't really listen to him as a kid, but I would just say that that's still even his influence. I think that that is amazing. But it is a crazy story, y'all. It is a crazy story. And when you think about the young lady coming out and saying that he didn't do it, now this is the question I'm posing on this video, and this one's going to be a little bit different. So let's say, hypothetically, this being our inspiration, let's say someone accused you of a crime. and you did the prison sentence knowing you didn't do it, but your loyalty to someone else kept you quiet all these years, and what you got out of it was only $1 million. Do you think it was worth it? Because I'm gonna tell you now, and this is what I be talking about. This is what I be talking about, how black men, how they are conditioned and groomed to always be a service to other black men. Because there's no way, if I didn't do anything, that I'm going to prison for somebody else. And at the end of it, doing 10 years, only getting $1 million out of you. That's just crazy to me. It's crazy, y'all. Like I don't subscribe to that lifestyle. I don't subscribe to a life where as a black man, I feel like I need to take rap for another black man so his image won't get hurt. That's crazy to me. Like I will never understand this. I don't care who tells me the story. Shine can sit up here next to me and tell me what happened. There's no way I'm going to look that man in the face and say, "Yeah, you did the right thing," because you. I feel like that's wrong. Because now, luckily, you were able to get your future together. But not very many men who do this exact same thing are able to have that chance to get their lives together. They either get further or deeper into whatever landed them in prison in the first place. And that's where we have to start looking at this. Like, I looked at this and I said, okay, how can we use this as a way to better influence men who follow behind other men, getting them in trouble and getting them arrested? Like, how can we use this? Because we have to learn how to start turning these into life lessons. We have to start turning this into, see, this could happen if you follow the wrong person and follow the wrong lead, instead of you just being a leader yourself and making your own way. I think this generation is starting to, but they're still a little bit behind. Mrs. Best, how do you feel?
Um, That's why every part of what I heard about like this whole Diddy stuff, especially connected to this shooting and Shine's time, I don't believe everything I hear. I think that all the stuff that's coming out about him right now, I'm thinking it's like 50-50 or 60-40 with truth. Because ain't no way in hell $1 million, even back then, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna do 10 years for only $1 million. That's stupid. That's stupid. And when you're a immigrant becoming a citizen or permanent resident, all those types of things, they make it very clear you can't get so much as a traffic ticket. They might come for you and put you out the country. So I doubt Shine had to know going into prison that he this would impact his citizenship and his ability to stay in the country, and to accept $1 million for that to me it's just really not worth it. So I don't fully believe it. The lady who got shot, I feel like that's the person we should like listen to, and believe her and the government. But I'm like, Shine, $1 million for 10 years, ain't no way on God's green earth that somebody would accept that.
I'm
No.
trying to see if she ever came out and did an interview real quick, just
She
to see if I
did. I
can
had
see.
watched one on YouTube. Another creator had it in their video. I need to look at where the actual interview was.
Yeah, like what was her name again?
Natanya. Oh Lord, hold on. Oh my Lanza, come on, iPhone. Natanya Rubin.
How you spell Natanya?
Natania.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, is this the okay? So
Tanya, when you saw these massive raids at P. Diddy's two homes?
First and foremost, thank you for having me. It was very emotional. In short, it was extremely emotional because it was basically a mark 25 years, a quarter of a century since this occurred. And I've had to relive this over and over again, intermittently in that time. So when I saw it, it was very cathartic because I finally felt like justice would be done. Justice would be mine and belong to all of his victims.
Yeah, and you have said since really right after the shooting that it was P. Diddy who shot you. I mean, I think you even said it to the doctor that night, right?
I said it immediately. I literally watched them pull out the guns. I've had a clear point of view. I mean, for God's sake, I got shot in my nose. I was facing them directly. I watched everything occur and have described it, vehemently to all parties involved. I think in our society, we have respectability politics. There are people who want to be adjacent to power or celebrity or money, and there's a hierarchy of respectability. Because his name was more notable, he was believed rather than a victim who gave a first-hand account. By the grace of God, I survived.
So that's all I'm going to play because that's all I need to know. And she said exactly what I said. Respectability politics. There is always some notoriety that when you have the bigger name, that you automatically get believed, which is why he was able to get out of this and put somebody else in this place to do the jail sentence. That to me, y'all, is even crazier than imaginable to know that somebody could do this and get off scot-free and put somebody else who's innocent in the place. And if she said, I said it even then, he did it, but nobody wanted to believe it. So I'm saying this to say, I hope that Natanya Rubin does get the justice she has deserved, because nobody should have to go through that. Nobody should have to go through being violated by any time and then seeing the person who did it get off scot-free and live this lavish life and have all of this beautiful avenues of life exposed to the world, knowing that this happened. Y'all. That's crazy. So, Mrs. Best, that little snippet that we watched, how did you feel watching that?
Pretty much the same as you. She has nothing to really gain from saying it too much. She's not suing him either. So it seems like she just wants justice and people to know that she's telling the truth or told the truth. I mean, whatever it is, I will say that Mr. Sean Combs, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever people know him as, is being investigated now by the United States government. The United States government does not just go and invest anybody. They have to have more than just probable cause. They pretty much build the case before doing anything. They don't announce investigations usually until they're pretty much done with them. So the government don't just come for people for no reason. And they have like a crazy conviction rate also when the federal government's after you. It's like well over 80%. So, I don't know. What goes on in the dark always comes to light. And if there's something that we as the public need to know or something that was missed back in the day, I think it will come out very soon. And I think that's why it's also important to be careful with how we comment and how we give our opinions on this matter, because it is still an open case. Things are happening with investigations and stuff. So sometimes it's good to wait it out. But to those who are victim shaming the alleged victims, maybe wait it out, because something's going to come out. They're not going to just be raiding houses and opening old cases, and they're not going to do that for no reason. But
they're not. And that's what I want people to understand. The government is not going to just pull this out of nowhere if there was no truth behind any of this. So I agree with Mrs. Best. We don't know the full story, but also the government just doesn't raid people's homes just because they felt like you had nice flowers in the front of it. They are going to do something because they know they have something on you. And I know this firsthand. So it's just one of those situations to where I'm glad she was able to speak her piece. I'm glad that she was able to come forward and say, you know what? I wish this did some better vindication for me, but at least something is happening. you know, and Diddy's not the only person, y'all. We've had many people throughout the years have some form of, you know, investigation done. You know, the most recent that I can think of is Suge Knight. So, and there's probably one in between him and Diddy. There probably is. I'm just not thinking. But I remember when Suge Knight, you know, it took him being at the wrong place at the wrong time for him to get all of his just due. And there's been years of allegations and things that he has done. So I say this to say, you know, I hate this, but at the same time, you cannot go in this life thinking that you are beyond reproach. And for years, that is how this man carried himself. And we've seen it on TV many of times. So you cannot think that life doesn't catch up to you, because life catches up to all of us. We all have prices to pay. So that's why I said it doesn't hurt to be a good and decent human being. It does not hurt. It's very easy to do. Always do the right thing, regardless. And watch, I'm saying, watch who you around. Because if you've seen them do it to one person, 9 out of 10, they can do it to you too. Whatever that is. So, but that's what I want to play that. But that's all for this unpopular. I'm going to keep my unpopular opinion short. I don't know if I'm going to do a part 3 or not. I'm going to see what happens in the media with this as I go on. But I wanted to say, you know, these are the big accusations. These are the things that he is, you know, being accused of. He is still, you know, this is still ongoing. I will, you know, when something on the news happens, I will report on it. Mrs. Best will be here to join me, and we will keep going. But once again, you guys, please be respectful in the comments. This is only an unpopular opinion. This is not me trying to out somebody. This is not me trying to make headway of anything. I'm just reporting what's on the news. Shout out to News Nation. We appreciate you covering the story and making sure you stay on top of this. We appreciate that as well. I own no rights to the video or the content that was shown. I do. It is in my description box as well, but you hear this coming out of my mouth. That was on YouTube, public platform, the same one that we're about to be on. Okay? So that was it, guys. Mrs. Best, is there anything you want to add before we go ahead and adios?
No, sir. That was all.
Sweet. So this is another unpopular opinion. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Just like Mrs. Best said, hey, thugs, be sure to like the video, you know, especially if you like what you hear or like what you see. Enjoy our opinions. This is why we give them. Thank you so much, guys. And I will see you. My next recap won't be until May 4th. Or no, probably shortly thereafter, because Love and Marriage Huntsville, I decided to go ahead and pick that up. So we will be recapping that. I probably will do something this week to kind of go over where we left off and see what everyone's storylines is. And after that, I have Real Housewives of Dubai. I decided to go ahead and do that as well. But other than that, that's all I have upcoming. We'll do some update videos and unpopular opinions as we go on. We're going to be on Mrs. Best's channel later tonight, where we're going to talk about the Never Ever Met TV show. We're going to do episode 2 on her channel. It's on right now, so we got to go hurry up and watch it and then come back to y'all. So I'm praying it's not going to be no mess, which we already know it is. Thank you, Mrs. Best, for joining me. I appreciate you once again, and I hope everyone has a safe and great evening, and we'll see you guys a little later. Bye.